my generation. It's so evident this world will soon be gone. Will soon be gone. Can we leave for tonight? Run away. Let's run away, run away. Can we get out of sight? Fly away. Let's run away, run away. Let's run away, run see the constellations. They remind me that this life cannot be lost forever. I watch my generation. It's so evident this world will soon be gone. Will soon be gone. Can we leave for tonight? Run away. Let's run away, run away. Can we get out of sight? Fly away. Let's run away, run away.
All right, guys, what is going on? What is Gucci gang? Hope you guys are having a phenomenal Wednesday. I think it's Wednesday. Yeah. Hope you guys are having a great Wednesday today. Markets are flying today, which is a little bit difficult on the future side, but the stocks, my goodness gracious, Wells Fargo up 5.6%, JP Morgan up 3%. So let's fucking go. Let's fucking go, because I already know those options are popping off right now. Given the volatility, those options are popping off, especially the shorter term ones. My goodness gracious. All right, we got the music off, so we should be all right. We should be all right. What's good, Naruto? What's good, Miguel? Nicholas, Willow can't stay, but it's all gravy. What's good, Nick? What up, what up, what up? Smith Cateria, good evening to you as well. What's up, Trillionaire? Matter of fact, let me look at one thing real quick. It was Miguel and Trillionaire who both commented on the reel yesterday. So reach out to me on Instagram and I will give you both a copy of Meditations. So, but it'll be through Amazon though. So like I'll I'll like buy meditations, but I'll have it sent to your place, is what I'm saying. So you guys just need to let me know. We can hop on a call or something, and I need to know where to send it. I need to know where to send it. Unless you just want maybe the Kindle version, I can have it sent to that as well. It's good, Devin from Phoenix. Vadu, blessed. Let's go. So yeah, unfortunately, I did take a small loss in here trying to short this fucking market. Almost got my face ripped off, but you know, when your entries aren't, shitty and your trade management is up to par, you don't get caught in moves that will rip you a new one, So yeah, this imbalance in here, I was looking to short that, but we started to trade above it, and I was like, nah, this is probably not going to be good. So I hopped out, didn't take a full loss, and now I'm looking at it and I'm going, Jesus. Now at the same time too, I was also watching the S&P, and on the 1 hour, 41.52. Oh, we're still going. Let's fucking go. Yo, this bitch needs to run. Hold on real quick. This bitch needs to run. Let's see if we get 6% on Wells Fargo. Let's see if we get like 4 or 5% on JP Morgan. I'm telling you, those options are going to like moon. And that would be spectacular. That would be really, really spectacular. But anyways, back to what I was saying. 41.52 is equal highs on micros. Here's the fucked up part. 41.52, not equal highs, but slightly lower highs on ES. So that was a little confusing to me at first. Like, am I going to trust the equal highs or the low resistant highs? And so either one, the S&P jammed. You know what I mean? And we finally have seen some decent movement, because the last couple of days have been a little wonky, but today has been absolute face ripping to the upside. Josh, I'm done. Hey guys, real quick, you know the drill. Drop a like on the video. That's our sound check. Helps us get on the algorithm as well. Because I'm telling you, we're going to blow this fucking channel up. By the end of the year, we're going to blow this bitch up. Know what I'm saying? We're going to do it together. Because I can't do it alone. Grateful for being here, John. Very nice. Very nice. Game changer for sure. Long NASDAQ on mitigation at 3 minute. 3 minute. But hey, Josh, a good trade is a good trade. Are you still holding that? Because that bitch is flying. I thought there was a potential for 13,474. Because like on a 5 minute or a 15 minute, that looked like some lows. And we ran morning high and yesterday's high, broke structure on like a 1 minute. Huge movement downside, but all that did here was a 5 minute imbalance. So that's why, just like yesterday, when we're in an imbalance, we need to see an immediate reaction or we're wrong. So we didn't get really an immediate reaction. We just started to trade above that imbalance. So I went, yeah, fuck that. Got out, and it's great because literally look where we're at. So if you've been long today, you're blessed. The only reason I didn't long this imbalance here is because we had already taken the opening price high, like the opening of the session high, and then we took yesterday's high as well. So to me, it was like the target's already been met. So I let this alone, and now I'm looking at that and I'm going, Jesus. I'm going, well, damn. But it's all gravy. Catch some, you miss some, and it's all, it's part of it. Today won't be a full 3 hours either, because, we could do it, but I got to hit the dentist at 3 o'clock. So, I got to shower and all that shit before I got to go. So I need a little bit of time So that'll be at 3 o'clock. So we'll probably leave here. I probably won't be here more than an hour. Okay. I'm trying to catch up with this chat. Long on US 30. I didn't think we was getting this today. Yeah, me neither. Me neither. But I mean, I've been saying that I'm still long-term bullish on stocks. You know what I mean? Especially for Dow, right? Because we have not, I mentioned this yesterday too. Someone had asked, I have not forgotten about the triple highs on Dow. Okay. I mean, we're lagging behind though, because this, I mean, it's dragging ass, you know, because S&P is kind of up there, but triple Q's is flying. And on my long-term account, it's not a lot. So, you know, don't let your jaw hit the floor, but we did long down in there. Just not with a lot though. It's like self-directed IRA account, you know, buy and like never sell type shit. And that was back in there. That was the 260s for the for the NASDAQ triple Qs. So that was, if that was in January, that's definitely trade of the year. But if that was in December, then maybe not. But yeah, it's been flying, and that's always great. But yeah, there's that huge disparity there. So if it was my opinion, if the NASDAQ continues, that would be great. If the Dow gets sent to 34.5, you know, or probably above that, 35, then I think triple Qs may either continue higher or it may consolidate. Okay. When anyone asks me what I do or say I day trade, and usually they say they have been interested in trading, I send them straight to your Instagram and YouTube channel. I appreciate that, Nikki. I appreciate that. That's the only way that, you know, that my book went #1 in 2021, because of word of mouth. Literally is because of word of mouth. You know, that's the only reason why I have the following that I have, or I, you know, the subs, and the Instagram's the largest community that I have, because I grinded that for years. I really neglected Twitter, neglected YouTube for a long time as well. But it's all due to word of mouth. You know what I mean? But I greatly appreciate that. What's good, Alex? You can also see the mitigation on the 2-minute. I'll take a look at it. What's good? 9931. We'll go with that. But good morning, Allie. Short and sweet today. Yeah, probably we're going to not leave it all that long. But I feel like we're starting to gain a little bit of traction now. I feel like we're starting to get a little bit more viewers now. So that's always nice. And now we'll be on YouTube 6 times a week during the week. Our regular 4 sessions previously, and then the two additional market reviews on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Okay, but after probably like another week or two, those market reviews are going to start being membership only, because those are going to have special lessons within them. Okay. So we'll be here on YouTube, you know, free, doing live analysis and all that. But some of the certain lessons, okay, are going to be for memberships only. So you've been warned. You have been warned. Okay. They aren't doing anything crazy to your mouth today, are they? You seem more at peace about the dentist. Well, there is, well, I don't know if she's going to be there today, but there was one chick there last time. She was very pretty. So part of me wants to not fucking go to the dentist, but the other part of me wants to see if that one lady is there. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. All right. John Rizanacci might show up. All right. We'll have to figure it out. So updates on that later. No, I'm just playing. But as far as what we do on the indices today, the afternoon session, I have no idea. It's been flying. If we go long, I mean, fuck, we've rallied like 40, 48 or 28 to 60. That's like 40 points. So like 40, 45 points we've already rallied today on the S&P. We've already took a bunch of highs, like all of them, except maybe this one. So we'll see when we get above 41.73, but we took all of these, the highs, like the equal highs there, the highs from Monday, the highs from Friday, Thursday, and then only Wednesday of last week. So 1 week ago today, we have not taken that yet, if we're going to. So that might be on the table. So we'll have to see. To show her your trading account? Dude, if I showed her my options account today, shit. They're going to try and sell me, more dental work. Like, oh, well, they're just going to make some shit up. Oh, well, you need this, this, and this, and this. That'll be another $3,000. Like, fuck that. Fuck that. Memento Mori? Yep. Yeah. We'll see. But actually, funny story. The doctor that works there, Dr. Gutierrez, he's a cool cat. He's the one who did I did one filling and one crown earlier in January. And he did both, I think. I don't know. But anyway, I remember talking to him. It was one of the girls that had, that fucking they shoot the water in your mouth, but they got the vacuum. And then the other, Dr. Gutierrez, the actual, guy, whatever, he's in there like working on my mouth and shit. And they're having a conversation just like I'm not even there. You know what I mean? So they're just talking and talking away. I'm trying to watch Netflix, but I see him here in the corner of my eye and I see her over here, and I'm like trying to watch the fucking nature channel that they got on the wall. And they're just talking away. Right? And so he ends up talking about like his kids, and then he was like, yeah, I need to be something more disciplined or whatever. So I went back the next day or maybe 2 days after that, and I actually brought him a copy of Discipline is Destiny by Ryan Holiday. So fortunately enough, he wasn't busy when I walked in there, and gave it to him, and he was like, oh, this is pretty cool. And he was like, why a book on discipline? I'm like, bro, because you said you needed more discipline. You probably don't remember it, but you and this other chick were having a conversation in front of me while you were fucking my mouth up, And he was like, oh, okay, great. And now I haven't talked to him since. I haven't been up there since. I stopped by like twice because the place I get my haircut is right next door. So sometimes I stop in like, hey, is he in? And the lady at the front, one of the ladies at the front desk is always like, oh, no, he's not in. So hopefully he's there today because I want to see if he read the book. You know what I mean? And if he's not there, I'm just going to be like, what the fuck, man? I'm not going to frame it that way, but I'm going to be like, bro, you're a dentist, but you're never at the office. What's up with that? What's up with that shit? Anyway, let's talk about British pound for a minute. Let me talk about what the fuck has happened with British pound. What is the low of the day, ladies and gents? What is the low of the day for British pound? We talked about 124.36 on Monday. And I did leave a Yelp review already. I kind of rizzed that one up too. You know what I'm saying? But we're not here to talk about me and my personal life. We're here to talk about trading and whatever else you guys have questions on. But we drew this shit out on Monday. Take that, or it might have been Tuesday. Monday afternoon. We talked about Friday's high being taken, mitigating to go down to 24.36. Tell me why that's exactly what the fuck we got. That is incredible. I didn't finish the drawing though. I didn't send it down there, but it's all in the recordings. Beautiful. Remember yesterday we talked about this and I said euro was not along because British pound is likely to go to 24.36, and we got it. We got them. We got them. Like, dude. Come on, man. Come on. But you know, some people don't want you to learn the shit. Some people don't want to give John Phibb the spotlight. I'll make my fucking own spotlight. How about that? How about that? So, I'm just saying it's been a good week. You know what I mean? It's been a good week as far as analysis goes, because I can tell you right now, it almost does not get any more spot on than that. You know what I'm saying? I've shown you perfect entries on like a 1 minute, 2 minute, 5 minute time frame. And then now you've seen the ability to look for setups a day before they happen and watch it pan out for 2 days straight. That's a 100 pip move. Okay? Just so you know. Oh, John only talks about small time frame. He only calls, you know, small moves. Okay. That right there is 100 pips in 2 days. So doesn't matter if it's small time frame or high time frame. What do you want to be? Swing trader, day trader? What do you want to do? Pick one and go for it. Price action is price action, right? Price is fractal. Okay. Look at euro. We talked about all this business yesterday. Now, personally, I did not have a downside target for euro. I don't think. Or if I did, I totally forgot it because I was more focused on British pound. But the low of Monday, April 10th, the 108.20s, that was, or 30s rather, sorry, 108.30, and then it ran to the 20s. Okay, so if British pound is going to trade lower, you think the euro is going to trade higher? No. 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 That's not always the case. Let me see one thing real quick. 108.643. 108.643. So let me see. Bam. So this is hindsight, obviously. I'm not up for London or even like pre-London. I'm not doing that. But you do have some highs over here. Cleared yesterday evening. Price broke down. Mitigation. Perfect. Right there. Price got sent lower. Double bottom. Traders long that. It rallies a little bit. Up to what though? Only an imbalance. To then be sent where? Lower. During London. And then a little bit of a continuation lower. So yeah. Bearish order flow respected down to that level there. I don't know if there was any disparity there between euro and British pound. Although British pound has definitely hit the reversal button. And that's fine. Because remember, that was a daily liquidity level, right? Because those lows were seen on the daily. So once that is met, you know, it could be a reversal, potentially. I mean, I wasn't looking for a reversal. I was just looking for that level to be hit, and that's it. So if you held on too long, oh, you're fucked. Because most of that shit is gone now. All right. And you see the dollar. So again, coming off of that imbalance we talked about, and it has rallied today, but it's fallen off a little bit from that 103 level. So I guess with see, that's where I fucked up. That's where I fucked up this morning. I tried to hurry up and do some shit. I tried to hurry up and do something, and that was not the right decision. With these lows here on the dollar, okay, Let me see. We broke down at 1045. So dollar clears some highs. Doesn't really give a break of structure here, but it does break down here. And then it rallies a little bit and then it sends, it gets sent lower. So the high's been set at, 103.10. And although, again, I was not bearish from 103.10, but in looking at this, right, that high there and then dollar being sent lower, $855, $905, that was the low on S&P. And that was the low on NASDAQ. And then it, I think that was the right time. Is that correct? 9 o'clock, like 9:05. 9:05. So you see how with the indices, rallying like that, dollar trading lower. So that's where I fucked up. Because me trying to short the indices was a bonehead move. Now, luckily, the options account is big blessed today. But I usually don't incorporate dollar with every single trade I take for the indices. But for my journal, I got to write that down. I got to be like, John, there was like triple lows. Not triple, but there was a lot of liquidity at the 102.80 level for the dollar. So potentially trading lower, that would potentially send indices higher. And then obviously I told you earlier that the S&P had those equal highs. So yeah, I definitely fucked that up. But you know what? I'm not afraid to admit that. Yeah, I'm not perfect. So let me just take everything off here. I'm trying to see what we took today. 102.80 was the high of Monday, April 10th. And I think we took that high as well. The high of the 3rd. So that was April's high, I believe. If we look at a monthly, that makes sense then. So we kind of did that backwards. We went, instead of top down, we went bottom up analysis. But yeah, so if you look at the month of April, the high was 103.05. So if you look at it now, that makes a lot more sense why this got the reaction it's been getting. Because that was, again, trading above a monthly high. So do you guys see how we did that? We talked a little bit about intermarket, dollar index trading lower, indices being sent higher. But I don't think we're done. The 107.73 level, again, is the high of May 10th. So, I mean, we're practically there. It's just, it's too late to like fucking long that though. I'm not going to long here. You know? So the Dow also rallying, but look at it based on like on a 1 hour time frame. Like you would think like, oh, they're flying, right? And then here's Dow like, yeah, I'm gonna go up too, but I'm only gonna clear like 1 or 2 highs. And fuck all these monthly highs. It's just, I'll go a little bit, but I'm not gonna go all the way there. Weak ass Dow. That's okay. That's okay. No, Leo, I didn't long indices today. No. Should have woke up earlier and did a more sound analysis. I skipped it. And I paid the price for it. But anyways, it's 12:30. There's a divergence, but euro is the laggard. Well, it could be. I think so too, because we saw the British pound rally and the euro hasn't really done a lot. So there's now we're trading above that 1073 level. So if I had been long, if I didn't get out completely at the 50s, the 70s, I mean, look how far we've ran. You know, so if it was me, this would be a pretty decent place to take partials. If I was in a trade, I would probably partial here. If not collapse, because that's fucking nice. You know what I mean? Reckon a short on AU 15-minute is silly? Well, we just talked about how the dollar is potentially bearish. What's the short here? What is the short on that? Because I don't even think we cleared Tuesday's high. Maybe like one tick, maybe. And again, if the dollar, if it is bearish, there's some lows in here, maybe. Then that would probably not be advantageous for shorts on Australian dollar. Hold on, someone commented on Instagram. Give me a second. The Daily Stoic page is fucking crazy. The internet's a wild place. The thing is a lot of people are upset at Ryan Holiday because he's launching a course on, I think it's called The Wealthy Stoic or something like that. And so a lot of people were going, oh, what the fuck? You know, you're a sellout, you're this, you're that, or whatever. And all I commented was, look, Marcus Aurelius tells himself in Meditations, you don't always have to have an opinion about this. You can choose not to have an opinion about something. So I commented that. I was like, look, he's not forcing you to buy his course. And, you know, you being a student of philosophy or a student of Stoicism, you should know that not every situation requires a comment or requires an opinion at all. And, you know, people are going to say what they're going to say, like, oh, you're just arrogant and whatever. I'm like, no, I know what the fuck I'm talking about. I've read over 12 books on philosophy, most of it Stoic philosophy. Like, I have quotes for fucking days. You know what I mean? Like, I know what I'm talking about. That's why part of this movement that we're doing here on YouTube, we talk about not just smart money, but we talk, I'm doing a series now, Smart Money Stoics, right? So you can agree or disagree, whatever, but philosophy, like at least Stoic, I'm not gonna say all philosophy is great because there's definitely some fucking weirdos out there like Nietzsche and some other people who just went crazy and they're just weird. But like Stoic philosophy, the majority of it to an extent, or to that extent, like the majority of it is very helpful if you let it be. But some people don't want to be helped. Some people just want to complain because they like the attention. So there is that. You know what I mean? There is that. Let me ask you this, chat. Y'all ever met somebody like that? Y'all ever met somebody that they always complain and you give them solutions, but they don't take your advice? You ever thought about that? Why do you think that is? They're complaining because they don't want a solution. They just want the attention. Because I am the type of person, and I think a lot of men are this way, and I could be wrong, but when people come to me with questions or with problems or whatever, when people are just talking my ear off, I'm the type of guy, I'm very solution oriented, okay? Oh man, this person cheated on me. Hey, leave them. Go find someone who's faithful. You know what I mean? Like I'm very quick with solutions. What's the problem? Let's fix it. Okay? But not everybody wants that. Not everybody wants solutions. They just want to be listened to. They just want to be heard. So some people just can't be helped. And you know what's weird? This I have found to be true across every social media platform that there is. Okay? It doesn't matter if it's Twitter, especially Twitter. Doesn't matter if it's Instagram or even Facebook especially. And those are like the main ones that I'm on. The majority of people that are like that, like the weirdos, they almost always have no profile picture. It's like anime or a fucking picture of a celebrity or like just weird shit, weird ass shit. And they have like no following. Like all the people who talk shit to me on Twitter have like 3 followers, maybe 10 followers. I'm like, you're a fucking weirdo. Who are you? You know what I mean? And that's exactly how it is on the Daily Stoic page right now. Like all these people commenting, no profile pictures, just complain, no solution. And it's just, the internet's a fucking wild place, man. I'm telling you. The internet is a wild place. I can't get myself to read. I literally can't focus. My mind just goes elsewhere. Do you have any tips? Yeah, don't fucking talk like that. Don't say shit like that. If you tell yourself, I can't focus, then you're never going to focus. End the limiting beliefs. There was a matter of fact, that was actually an announcement that I had now that you brought it up. Fuck, dude, I got like 20 notebooks. I can't find which one it is. I wrote down a lot of the responses that you guys gave me a few weeks ago when I asked you, hey, what do you want to learn about? Like, what do you want me to go over? And I think self-limiting beliefs was one of them. So traded a few points above that here. So that's like a better run, at least, for the S&P. Down slightly higher as well. The NASDAQ definitely continuing. So that's nice. I don't want to see us trade lower personally, but that's only because good old stocks. So we'll have to see how that goes. What's actually up today? Carnival Cruise. Ugh. Nobody wants that bullshit. Norwegian Cruise. I don't even know why I was watching those stocks to begin with. To be fair. But whatever. So that is part of it, optimist. Don't stop telling yourself that you can't focus or that I'm a bad reader or anything like that. I actually talked to my friend about this the other day. I asked him, I don't even know how we got into this conversation, but it was somewhat similar to what we're talking about, like self-limiting beliefs. And so I told him, I said, look, man, have you ever noticed that people who are bad with names, right? They'll tell you, oh man, I'm bad with names. I'm bad with remembering who people are. And I'm one of those people too, okay? But have you ever noticed that the people who say that, they never change? They're always bad with names and remembering, names and faces and stuff like that. They never change. Why do you think that is? Because they are putting that self-limiting belief on themselves. Okay? They're blocking themselves from being better than that. So instead of saying, man, I'm bad with names, you got to be like, man, I'm great with names. I remember everybody. And yeah, that might actually be a lie, but you are reconditioning yourself. You're reconditioning your beliefs. So you got to tell yourself, I can focus when I read, but you got to work on that. You can't do some shit that I do sometimes, go and read for like 3 hours. Okay. I don't do that very often, but sometimes I do. I'll read for 3, maybe even 4 hours, like straight. I might have like 1 or 2 5 or 10 minute breaks just to like use the bathroom, grab a drink or something. But, you know, I'm laser beamed in. And when that happens, I try to read a lot more because once I'm zoned in, I want to stay that way for as long as I can. So when you get that way, when you get fucking beamed in, okay, you got to hold on to that. Sometimes it'll be for 5 or 10 minutes. And then you start being distracted and notifications or whatever, and you lose it. But you got to build up to that. It's just like with anything else. When you go to the gym for the first time with lifting weights, you're not going to go in there and lift the heaviest weight that's in the gym. It's not going to happen, right? You got to start smaller with the 10s or the 15s dumbbells, and then work your way up to the 20s and the 25s, and you know, eventually, if you want to grow, you know, to that extent. But it's like that with anything. With anything. My I think I just got delivered a book, so I gotta stop buying those. I got to stop buying that. Too many books. I have no room anymore. Nick, for years I was exactly that person. Glad I chose to change. I mean, I think we've all been that way at some point or another. What's good, Andreas? Oh, did I put the... Oh, yeah, it is on here. Guys, look at that. So the last member goal, I think, was at 25, and now we're at 32. So look at that. We are over halfway to our goal of 50. So the next goal is going... That's actually probably the dentist, because I haven't confirmed the appointment yet. Whatever. You got to complete the paperwork. Paperwork. Yuck. But anyway, yeah, we're up to 32 now, so that's awesome. We've made it over halfway, and that's always great. That's always nice. But let me see. Oh, did they just call twice? Yeah, someone called twice. Must be important. Well, if it's that important, I guess they'll leave us a... What is it called? Message. Voicemail. There we go. But what I was trying to say is if you go to my Twitter account... Let me see if I can find it real quick, because it's not old, but I tweet a lot more than I used to, so I gotta find this real quick. Let me just search it. There was a thread I did related to reading. Oh, shit. All right, that Twitter search engine is not doing me any justice today. Let me scroll through this real quick. I want to say it was earlier this year. And it was one that had pictures too, so I think that'll be a little bit easier to find. So please give me just a second here while I find this. It was like how to pay attention while reading, or how to read more something. I don't even remember my own post. I don't even remember my own post, man. That's crazy. A lot of books in here too on my Twitter. Oh, maybe it was last year. Top 10 books of 2022. Oh, here we go. Finally. A short on how I prefer to read. How can I focus for more than an hour at a time and eliminate distractions? So let me see if I can post this link to the chat. Will it let me do that? See if you guys can press the see if you guys can click on that link and see if it takes you to that Twitter post. Can you guys do that for me? So we can help our fellow sniper out. Man, only 21 likes. That shit flopped. That was not very good. A short on how I prefer to read. So how to read and stay focused. Find a good location, inside or outside, where there's no distractions. Phone goes on airplane mode. Well, usually, if I'm gonna listen to music, which I do a lot, then it may not be on airplane, but at least I'll like set it down, like face down, so I don't see the notifications or whatnot. This is a big one. The noise canceling headphones. The world is a noisy place. I eliminate most sounds with headphones, and then I listen to music on low volume. So like piano music or jazz music. A lot of the times I'll do that. Candle, if you're at home, it just helps the environment, or like your environment, not like save the environment, but you know, your senses and whatnot. And then the last thing is highlighters. So when you come across something worth remembering, it's easy to highlight the text and come back to it later, or you can take a pencil or a pen and underline certain things as well. Okay, so that's like at least 4 things that you could work on. A good place, noise canceling headphones, you could light a candle if you want to, and then being able to highlight into the text to come back to it later. Okay, so hopefully that helps you. You can always feel free to reshare or retweet, whatever it's called. You know what I'm saying? The link works. Appreciate that. So there it is. Now, matter of fact, I will pin it. I will pin that message. You guys had to smoke. That's, hey man, we all got to do what we got to do. Whether you smoke or ice bath, whatever works, man. Personally, if I smoke and then I go read, I will be very engaged, and then I will forget it all. I'll wake up the next day and be like, did I read yesterday? So, yeah, it's, you know, we're all different people, and you got to do whatever works for you. All right? Some of us, you know, who smoke every day, like, all right, that's what you need, go for it. But someone like me who doesn't smoke all the time, not every day, you know, it wouldn't be advantageous for me to do that. I'm ADHD, so it helps me focus and keep me calm. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty ADHD myself. They told me I had ADHD when I was in school, but I don't entirely believe that with the evidence that they provided, because y'all already know how I feel about the school system. They, kids are hyperactive, but yet you try to make them sit in a seat for 8 hours a day, So it's no wonder that kids don't want to pay attention, because you're making us read books that are shit McGee. You're making us learn the Pythagorean theorem or whatever. Pythagoras was a philosopher as well, I think. And just like bullshit. So it's like, yeah, I'm going to draw on the corner of my paper and daydream about other shit, because we're not learning anything that's good for us. So because I can't pay attention to that, you think I have ADHD? Like, that's fucking, I don't know if that's accurate. I don't know if that is a sound logic. You know what I mean? Like if I took my friend's 6-year-old, right? If I took him to a college class on like aerodynamics, and I said, hey, pay attention to the lecture, what the fuck do you think is going to happen? You think he's going to be like, oh yeah, aerodynamics, great. No, he's going to be like, bro, where's the iPad? I want to play Legend of Zelda. I want to play Mario Kart. Yeah, no shit. That doesn't mean he has ADHD. See what I'm saying? Allie says, my number one goal in life is to figure out how to break and restructure the school system. It's such a joke. YouTube. I'm trying to think of this website. It's not Gumroad. It's something else. It's a website specifically for people to sell courses at. So, people put courses together and they teach other people. And some of them are free, some of them are paid, whatever. And I think that is, all right, this is the third time this person has called. So give me just 2 seconds here. All right, I'm back. Sorry. They called 3 fucking times. So there's some scammer bullshit. You know what's crazy too? No matter how many numbers you block, they still find a way. Shit is ridiculous. But anyway, back to what I was saying. The internet. Okay, the internet is, well, it's good and bad, okay? Because you're going to have people that spread bad information, misinformation. You're going to have people that are toxic, and then you're going to have trolls and all that, which just wastes people's time. But you are also going to have people that go onto the internet, provide value for people, provide courses, information, ideas to help you. People like Ryan Holiday. You know what I mean? I have a huge respect for Ryan Holiday, even though a lot of academics don't like Ryan for whatever reason. But I do. I mean, he's got, I think he's written over 12 books. He has courses as well on his website. He's got those coins that I told you about and other stuff like the leather-bound version of Meditations, and he puts out content like every day. I don't know if he posts to YouTube every day, but I know he posts to YouTube all the time. He posts reels all the time on YouTube as well as Instagram. that is just free Stoic advice for people. And so that to me is like, that's what beats the school system, is people like him who do that. Or people who come on to YouTube and teach people how to trade or how to read financial markets, you know, how to build wealth and, you know, credit if you're into credit and all that kind of shit. You know, that to me is what beats the school system. And you get paid better for it too. As in like a teacher. You know, high school teachers, they don't really make a lot. Some professors make really good money, but I guess it depends on which school you go to and probably other factors. But the majority of teachers, they don't make a lot of money. You know? Shit, if it was me, if I was like a school teacher, like I taught, like, I don't know, let's say like 5th grade or some bullshit, then I would also be online. So I'd have like the in-person stuff, you know, like for the benefits and to be paid all year round or whatever. But then in the summertime, when those teachers are not working during the summer, shit, I'd have like summer school classes, strictly online. You know, I would go all in on social media. All in on social media. Hey, I teach 5th grade math or 5th grade reading or whatever. You know what I mean? Be like, hey, you want your child to not be a fucking bonehead when they grow up? Take my 5th grade reading course. They'll read like a 6th grader by the time they're done. You know, like that's what I would do. Not this other bullshit. I don't know how some teachers do that. Like some teachers, and here's another thing too, and I'm not gonna, don't overlook this, like don't look too much into this, but there are certain teachers, you know, who they stick to a curriculum, right? But they don't believe in that curriculum. It's like they know that they're teaching students bullshit, but they do it anyway. That I don't like. I don't care for that. You know what I mean? And that to me, it's going to come down to your morals at that point. You know what I'm saying? It comes down to your morals. Like, well, sorry guys, I don't control the curriculum. I have to teach you this. Sorry. So you shift the blame, right? It's not my fault. But yet you continue to be part of the problem because you're not doing anything about it. But I can't quit my job. I can't fucking stop being a teacher because, you know, I need to make money and pay bills and all that shit. Well, yeah, but it's 2023. There are dozens of ways to make money online. Bro, I haven't had a job since I think 2018 or 2019. I haven't clocked in to fucking anything in the last 3.5 years. What are you talking about? You know what I mean? You have to put yourself out there. How do you think I got noticed by the trade house? Why do you think people begged me to educate them? Why do you think that? Because I fucking put myself out there and got noticed for the skills that I have. Hello? So if you have any skills, realistically, you almost don't even have to have skills. Almost anybody can teach a 3rd grade reading, 4th grade reading. Okay. So don't use big ass words like advantageous to a 4th grade class. Okay. Go do something with that. Or whatever it is. There's that one guy, I forget his name, but he blew up on social media. Blew up on social media because he pressure washes people's driveways, houses, sidewalks, and stuff like that. But the thing is, he doesn't just do it like everyone else does. Like, oh, look at the before and after. Oh, that's cool. No, he does something slightly different than everyone else. Every once in a while he finds a house that is completely fucked. I mean, just bad. The yard is overgrown, the house looks like death, and what he does is the pressure washing, but he does it for free. Right? Totally for free. So there's a storyline to that. You know, people can respect that. And it's a win-win situation. That person who either can't afford to fix their yard or their, get their house clean or whatever, they get their work taken care of. And although that guy doesn't make money on that particular job, it gives him exposure on the internet and it blows up his social media. So now, he's famous on the internet and he can use that as marketing for his business to bring in more business. You know what I'm saying? Because I did that one time. A long time ago, I was pressure washing someone's driveway. And right in the middle of the job, their neighbor comes out. Hey, bro, can you do my lawn too? Or not lawn, the driveway. He was like, can you do my driveway too? I was like, yeah. He was like, well, how much? And I was like, well, y'all have the same size driveway. I charged him $125, so I'll charge you the same. He was like, okay, cool. You know what I mean? Like, that was such easy business because all I did was put myself out there. And it's the same thing with anything else. Now, certain things are going to be hard to get into, like lawn service. That's going to be a bitch, to put on the internet and be viral and stuff like that. That's going to be hard. But other things, like if you specialize in something, you can blow up on the internet. I see it happen all the time. I see it happen to dancers. I see it happen to gamers, girls especially. Okay? I see it happen to traders, educators, people who cook, people who, oh man, I've seen this a lot the last like 2 years. People just make stuff and they eat it or whatever. They show you the recipes and all that. And then guess what? They get famous because people like food and they like sharing food and all that. And then guess what? They throw out a cookbook, right? Boom. Cookbook makes bunch of money because they've got 100,000, 200,000 followers on Instagram or TikTok or whatever, and everybody wants their cookbook, right? Sometimes making money is not as difficult as you think. So, anyway, let me catch up on a chat really quick. Okay, K to 4 as well. Too young to stay at home by themselves and their parents don't have the ability to homeschool. Free childcare and the system teaches what they're paid to teach and private schools aren't any better. SB pressure washing. Yeah, that sounds familiar. That's what I'm talking about. And for whatever reason, people like that kind of shit too. They like before and after. So people like to see a sped up version of someone clearing snow or someone painting a wall or someone pressure washing a driveway or a house. Like people just like that shit. I don't know why. I mean, I guess it's kind of cool, but I'm not addicted to that. But some people are. They go, oh, look at that dirty ass driveway. Oh, he's cleaning it. And then bam, it's like, it works. And you just have to find what works for you if that's what you want. Not everybody wants to be an entrepreneur. Not everybody wants to be famous on the internet or whatever. And I get that. Oh, trust me, I totally get that because I was reluctant for a long time before I became an educator. Long time I was reluctant. But once I finally did it and got into it, I love this shit. I love it. School teaches lessons and gives you a test. Life gives you a test first and lessons after. I like that, Andreas. I've heard that before, but I like that. I feel like I need to do something. I'm stuck at a job that makes me miserable. Even being harassed by coworkers, it's the fear of maybe not making what I make, which is like 80K. Well, I'll put it to you this way. when I left the Navy, when I left the job that I had right after I got out of the Navy. Well, I got out of the Navy and I already had money, so I'm like, all right, I'll just chill out for a little bit. And after like a month or two, I was like, all right, you know, I'll get a little job to get some income coming in, you know, like while still trading and stuff like that, for the guaranteed income, right? And after a while, it was the same thing, and it's the same thing that's happening right now. Not that I'm gonna get into details about it, but you know, if you want to quit your job, if you want to do something else, you have to set yourself up. Okay? So guess what? As of today, what is today? May 17th, 2023. As of today, John Fib is not hurting for money. I don't need your money. I don't need you to become a member. Okay? I don't need any of that shit. I put myself in a position to where I can do whatever the fuck I want to do. I can walk away. I could cut my incomes off. I could do my salary rather. I could cut that shit off and just chill out. I can walk away because I have set myself up for that. So at the job, when they were on that hocus pocus bullshit, on that hickory hockery, being harassed by coworkers, you know, being underpaid. Dude, I was like their top 1 or 2 employee, bro. When it came at the warehouse, when it came to productivity, I had the highest productivity all the fucking time because they put the numbers out at the end of every week. I was always number 1, maybe number 2. Always. Right? Because when I do something, when John Fib does something, he puts in 100% and nothing less. So one time, it was the 2 weeks leading up to me quitting. Okay, story time. But again, we're not going to be here forever. The 2 weeks, or rather the 3 weeks leading up to when my last day was. If you guys didn't know this, if you work at a warehouse, almost all warehouses don't have air conditioning. Okay, they just don't. So it's cold in the winter, it's hot in the summer. Now, mind you, I work in Texas, okay? Well, in 2019, okay? I'm from Houston. I live here. So at the time, it was summertime in Houston. It was hot as fuck, okay? Now, I'm driving a forklift, and they make us wear red, okay? Now, the red cotton shirts that I had is cotton, bro. It's thick cotton, so it's hot. So what I did is I had bought some shirts that were thinner, but they were black shirts. But we were allowed to wear black on Fridays. Okay. So that Friday, I wore black, which was thinner, so it was cool. But the problem was the following week on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I wore black again. And they were like, look, bro, you're showing up for work. You're being productive, which we appreciate, but you know, you're not wearing the uniform. So, you know, we don't feel like you're a part of the team or that you don't want to be here. I was like, bro, if I didn't want to fucking be here, I wouldn't fucking be here. What do you mean? I drove all the way here, clocked in, and I'm on the machine like I'm doing what I got to do. What are you talking about? And so it was just this argument going back and forth or whatever. And my manager, Bobby, at the time, he was a cool guy, but, you know, I got nothing against him personally. But I was like, Bobby, how about I just give you my 2 weeks? I said it just like that. I was like, how about I just give you my 2 weeks? I was like, we can just end this shit right now because I'm tired. I don't have the energy for this shit. He was like, well, can I get that in writing? I said, hand me a piece of fucking paper. He gives me a piece of paper, and I said, this is my 2 weeks notice, John. Handed it right back to him. For the next 2 weeks, I showed up on time. As usual, I wore black again. And then even on my last day, I was there, and everybody was kind of like, oh, what the fuck? What? Why is John here today? And even Bobby was like, oh, I'm surprised you're here. And I was like, why are you surprised that I'm here? This is my last day. And he was like, yeah, but but most people don't show up on their last day. I said, yeah, and I'm not most people. So clocked out right when I needed to at the end of the shift. Never went back again. Never had a fucking job again because I set myself up for later. So if there's anything that you learned today, it's that we sometimes shouldn't skip dollar index analysis. Okay. So don't overlook that. Don't be a goober like I did. It's another lesson for you, free of charge, right here on YouTube. Okay. Is that if you want something, you have to set yourself up for it. You want a larger trading account, you either got to build the account you have or deposit money into your account all the time to steadily grow that account. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't personally do it that way, but because you don't want to work and put a whole bunch of money into an account and then not know what you're doing. So if it was me that whole time, I'd be demo trading, but adding money to a live account every month or every couple weeks or whatever it is. And then after a certain level of consistency in that demo account, then maybe I would consider, going live or whatever. But I wouldn't just up and quit a job and then not have anything on the side. Okay. Eventually, when things are more official, I will talk about things that I really want to talk about, like emergency funds. What's a good emergency fund? $500, $1,000, 5,000, 10,000, 20,000. What's realistic? I want to talk about all that kind of shit because people didn't really teach me that. The whole idea of go to school, get into debt, get a job to barely pay off that debt in the next 30 years, that's a rat race. That is a revolving door. You work and you work and you work, but you don't get anything out of it. I don't want to do that. I want to be good with money. I want to be better than whatever the fucking average is. You know what I'm saying? Red pill shit. We covered that a little bit yesterday. Financial literacy. This might come to a surprise to you, but there's a lot of people out there now doing what? Credit repair. I'm not against credit repair. To an extent, you do need credit for a lot of things, but not everything. So I'm not as big on credit as everybody else is. I'm kind of with Dave Ramsey on that end. You think I want you to have a credit card with fucking 25-30% interest rate? You're getting raped. Again, sorry for lack of a better term, but it's true. I mean, you're getting absolutely wrecked with 25-26% interest rate. And that's if you're on time. That doesn't include late fees and all that shit. The finance world is fucked. I mean, if you thought trading was bad, you should see what happens when people buy cars or buy houses and other expensive shit. Because I can tell you right now, the majority of people would not buy the shit they buy if they knew what they were getting into. If they knew what they were getting into, they wouldn't do it. Or, I mean, some of them probably would, but you realize, oh, this car is 20 grand. That's not bad. I'll just buy it. Okay. Well, you're going to put a little bit down, probably. And then you're going to pay tax, title, and license, which is probably going to be a few hundred, maybe 1,000 or more, depending on, again, the cost of the car. Insurance every month. If you don't have that quote ready to go, you don't know what that's going to be. So you completely skip that whole thing. You know what I'm saying? And since you don't own the car, you can't have liability. So if you can't have liability, you need full coverage. Full coverage is the most expensive car insurance, right? They don't take that into account. And then they don't take into account, 5-8% interest. Oh, that's not too bad. but you don't do the math on how much you're going to pay in the next 48, 72 months or whatever it is. So you end up paying like 35 grand for a $20,000 car. And now, since it's been 4 or 5 years, that bitch has 100,000 miles on it, 200,000 miles on it. Now it's only worth like 5 grand. So you bought a car for 20K, you thought. You end up paying closer to 30,000, right? Not including any repairs, any mechanical issues at all. And then now it's worth maybe 5 or 6 grand at the end of the time. Is that financially sound? Is that a sound logic financially? No, not at all. And people wonder why they don't have money. People wonder why they don't have money because you're a fucking bonehead. That's why. Because you don't think ahead of time. You try to get into trading without knowing what you're doing, and you wonder why you fuck it up all the time. Because you gotta know what you're doing, bro. You gotta know some shit. And the schools ain't gonna give it to you. If anything, they do the opposite. Oh yeah, well I got into debt, so I can handle it, so can you. What do you mean you can handle it? You're a 45, 55-year-old professor, and you drive a piece of shit. You don't make shit throughout the year. You're miserable. That's what I'm supposed to be like? Live for Fridays? Live for the weekend? Regret Mondays? No. No, fuck that 1,000 ways over. 1,000 times over. But you gotta, I'm telling you, if there's one thing from the last hour and 18 minutes, if there's one thing, no matter what you do, you have to set yourself up for later. It's, we can get really deep into delayed gratification, the marshmallow experiment, delayed gratification, living below your means. Stoics were really big on that too. Living below your means. That's why a lot of Stoics got wealthy. But people don't want that. Oh, John, well, what the fuck, man? But I can afford X number of dollars a month for this car. You could. But you could also put that same money somewhere else. Vacations, trading accounts, cigars, whiskey, whatever, anything. So you got to choose where that shit goes. And it's up to you. But John, I need to flex for my followers. I need to flex for my family. I need to flex on my friends. Or if you're someone like me, you want to prove everyone wrong who said you weren't going to be shit. I get that. I really do. I totally understand that. But it's not about that. It's about you. It's about you. I know there are people out there that they don't like what I'm doing. Oh man, but John doesn't fucking clock in. John stays at home all day. Yeah, I love what I do. I love what I do. I don't wake up every day with regret and dread and sitting in traffic and all the other bullshit. I couldn't do it. And so to me, you wonder why so many people have anxiety and depression, and you think pills are going to fix that? You think some slight chemical changes in the brain are going to fix that? And look, I'm not a doctor, no shit, okay? So, but medications is not going to fix the underlying issue. It's just like a root canal, right? If I needed a root canal, brushing my teeth is not going to help that. Teeth do not fix themselves, okay? A root canal will not fix itself. It's not going to happen. I could brush my teeth over and over and over again. I could brush my teeth 3 times a day for months. That's not going to fix the underlying issue. I could take pills. I could take pain pills. Won't fix the underlying issue. So that's what I'm telling you. You got to fix the underlying problem. If you do everything except that, it will not work. It won't work. So everything that I teach you guys, it's all interconnected to some degree or another. Okay? So it might not sound like this is trading related, but it is. It is to an extent. Okay? But with that, I could go on and on and on, but I'm not going to do that. I'll leave it where it's at. But I do like the fact that we have almost 40 viewers today. You know, we've definitely gone up in viewership. And if you got some value out of today, guys, drop a like on the video. Even if you've only been here like 10 or 15 minutes, if you got some value, you know, notes, ideas, whatever, just drop a like on the video. Putting a band-aid on a bullet wound? Yeah, exactly. Putting a band-aid on a broken bone, like it ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna fix it. And I cannot. This is the last thing I'll do. The last thing I'll say, and then I'll leave. Hopefully, is I remember vividly that whole altercation between me and the last job that I had. I remember walking away, and I know what that feels like, and it felt really good. Because to be stuck somewhere, you're trapped. And I know being trapped sucks. You can't do anything about it. Maybe not in the moment, but in the long run, you definitely can. So I knew the money I had aside. I knew the bank accounts, the trading accounts. I know the sizes of all of those. So, oh, what? I'm going to miss out on fucking $13 an hour? I don't need this. At the time, at the job, I didn't need that job. So I walked away. And it felt awesome. And some people probably thought that I got the bad end of that stick. No. Because some of those coworkers still follow me on Instagram and they saw what I do now. They know what I do. So. But it's not about winning. It's not about shitting on people. It's about setting yourself up for later. And if you don't want to do it, then don't. But I think it was Stephen Pressfield in The War of Art who said, at any moment, we can do our work. There was never a time in history where you couldn't alter your destiny. All right, I lied. This would be the last thing, and then we'll hop off here. The War of Art. The War of Art by Stephen Pressfield. Okay? Check this out. Now, he talks about creativity and resistance, but there is one piece right here. On page 22. Never forget, this very moment we can change our lives. There was never a moment and never will be when we are without the power to alter our destiny. This second, we can turn the tables on resistance. This second, we can sit down and do our work. So, you know, the lessons are for a reason. The books are for a reason. These rants, if you want to call them rants, they're for a reason. But they're here to help you. Okay, I'm not just going to rant and not give you any juice. Okay, we talk about real shit. We talk about books. We talk about a lot of things. And on YouTube, once I have officially gone full time on YouTube, because I still don't know what the fuck is happening right now. But once we do that, I have so many things ready to go. I have so many topics and conversations ready to go. Because I want to give you guys conversations that I never got, or that I got really late in life. And some of you are young. Dude, I'll be fucking 30 in less than 7 months, in December. Okay? In December, I will be 30 years old. I am leaving my 20s. Okay? I am leaving my 20s and I am entering my 30s. And there's a lot of things I wish I would have learned earlier than 25, 26, 29. Marwin's 22. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You guys are, some of you are, you know, some of you might be older. That's okay too. It's never too late to learn some shit. It's never too late to learn some shit. But the primary target audience is anyone who's younger than me. Because there's a lot of things that you need to know, in my opinion, that you need to know that has been withheld from you. Because trust me, when we get into business, when we get into like business principles, oh man, that's going to be fun. That is going to be fun. How to run a business, social media, shit like that. I cannot wait to do all those things with you guys. Would love to watch the mitigation model again. Dude, I still have that PDF. So a lot of the content that I have done previously is not lost. I have all that. Well, shit, number one, I fucking taught it to you. So obviously I know it. You know what I mean? Andreas, you'll never know. I'm just kidding. It's December 10th. I'll be 30. Wish I was on this journey at 22. Trillionaire is 19. Oh yeah, don't forget Trillionaire and Miguel. You got to reach out to me on on Instagram so I can get you guys the meditations. I haven't even eaten today. I got to eat something. My son will be, this journey isn't just mine. The stoicism, the wisdom, the mentality isn't just for me, it's for him too. Yeah, that's awesome. Lewis, that's great. And, you know, there might be some things that I talk about that you may not agree with, or, you know, you may not like, and that's fine too. You take what you want and leave what you don't. Just like with everything else. Oh, you DM'd me already? Okay, cool. Well, I'll get to that in a minute. So yeah, let me get to that. I'm going to hop off of here. I don't think there's anything left to do. I mean, it's flying. What do you expect? I mean, we may pull back a little bit, but I would not be interested in shorting today's market at all. So we'll see. 5.6% on Wells Fargo, 3% for JP Morgan. Oh shit, that's what I forgot. I forgot to show you guys the options. We were going to go. I got too busy into talking all that shit. All right, we'll do this. Go look up the options chain for Wells Fargo, WFC, and JP Morgan. All you got to do is go into Google, type in JPM space options or WFC options, and you'll find the options chain, and just go look at it. You may not know what you're looking for, but just look at the percentages. And the percentages are going to be abnormally large today because of the volatility. There's going to be a volatility premium on top of the movement today, I'm pretty sure. So it's crazy. It's crazy. All right. But yeah, Leo, these videos are here on YouTube and they're here to stay. They're not going anywhere. I won't rug pull your education. So you can feel free to write that one down too. Hey, you missed entry by 1 pip. Yeah. All right. Well, y'all be blessed. I will see you guys. The schedule's been updated already. I've posted it. It's on YouTube now as well. Today's Wednesday, so that means we'll be here tomorrow on Thursday at 1 p.m. Eastern, and then again at 7 p.m. Eastern. All right, so y'all be blessed, and I will see you guys tomorrow.